Ghost stories have been shared for centuries, with thousands of new unexplained phenomena being experienced every day by unsuspecting people. While many have their own strange experiences, or those told to them by people they trust, there are some that become legends within the areas they happened. I'm Bleaky, and today I will share with you 5 chilling real-life ghost stories, from a mother desperately looking for a baby, to a phantom who was unaware that he was violently killed while walking to work.
Hush, 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 here comes the boogeyman. Don't let him come too close to you, he'll catch you if he can.
The Screaming Ghost. Along the Black Abbey Road in Lancashire, unsuspecting travellers have had bone-chilling encounters that they have not only saw, but heard. Those who have witnessed the ghost have described driving down the long road in the dead of night when the sound of piercing screams can be heard somewhere up the road. Those who refuse to turn back have instantly regretted it, as they are met with a ghostly female figure drifting down the road, letting out blood-curdling screams as the car drives past. According to local legend, the spirit is that of a woman named Ursula, who is the daughter of an English nobleman. After visiting Accrington's Black Abbey, she noticed a young monk who she got close to. Eventually, the two fell in love and began to have a regular secret rendezvous in the top tower of the abbey. It seems that this monk traded one habit for another. One night, however, Ursula's father caught the two together after being tipped off about the relationship. He got his men to tie the monk to a fixture in the wall before covering him in oil and setting him on fire. Ursula screamed in terror and ran over to try and extinguish the flames with her bare hands. Sadly, there was nothing she could do. Are the screams heard along the Black Abbey Road those of the pain she felt when her skin was seared trying to save the monk? Or is it the raw emotion she felt after seeing her love die so brutally that is being replayed in the dead of night? The Phantom in the Tunnel. Dark, dirty and seemingly endless. While you may think I'm describing Kim Kardashian's career, I'm actually talking about train tunnels. Add the fact that it's almost impossible to get a good internet signal, and they're pretty much a nightmare. Well, there is one tunnel along the Weymouth and Dorchester line in the UK that is truly terrifying. In 1991, a train driver passing through the Bincombe Tunnel, which was completed in 1857, lit up the figure of a man walking along the tracks in front of him who had his head bowed. There was no time to react, and the train ploughed through the man, to the terror of the poor driver. The incident was reported instantly, but after the line was closed down and investigated for human remains, nothing was found. So who was the phantom figure on the tracks? On Wednesday the 8th of August 1883 at 7 o'clock, 24-year-old Sydney Watts had just finished a 12-hour night shift at the signal box of Bincombe Tunnel. After sharing pleasantries with Francis Chalker, who was to relieve him, Sydney wearily walked into the tunnel. The following day, another worker walking through the tunnel discovered the mangled body of Sydney along the tracks. Was this the spirit the train driver saw over a century later, bowing his head in fatigue, not paying attention to the Great Western train thundering towards him? The Hag of Weymouth Promenade. The Dorset town of Weymouth has been a hotspot for British holidaygoers for centuries, especially for those desperate for a break who just want some ice cream, a sandy beach, while dodging the seagulls trying to steal their battered cod. But a more sinister side of this seaside town involves the Hag of Weymouth Promenade, who strikes fear in those who witness her for one particular reason. Those who have seen the woman say that she reeks of death. While the smell is bad enough, it has been reported multiple times to be an omen of impending doom. One man reportedly witnessed the ghost of the old woman of Weymouth sitting along the promenade in the exact same location that his fiancée had sat just a few days earlier when the couple were enjoying the view. The next day, the wife-to-be tragically died. Until the end of his days, the grieving man blamed the old woman of Weymouth for the death. Was this just a coincidence? The Phantom Aircraft. The land that part of the Castlevale housing estate in Birmingham, UK was built on was once the site of Castle Bromwich Aerodrome, which was active during the First and Second World War. While any trace of its former military presence is now gone, apart from the sentinel sculpture and a stained glass window in a church, back in the 1970s, several residents reported strange goings on the estate. And I'm not just talking about the local shoplifter trying to sell blocks of cheese and washing powder at 2 a.m. Many people have claimed to see ghostly figures wearing the uniforms and overalls of airmen manifesting around the area, seemingly unaware that the war is over and that the runways and hulking planes have long been removed. In 1987, a man called the police to report the deafening sound of what he could only describe as an old aircraft engine that came from a thick fog that surrounded his house one night. When police investigated the disturbance, the street was deadly quiet, although the fog was still present in the area. While the police dismissed the man as probably dreaming the booming sound, the following evening, the rumbling of the old plane engine could be heard again, only this time it was also reported by a mother and her children who lived 2 miles away. Have you seen my baby? On July 7, 1905, a 29-year-old woman named Katie DeWitt James got on a train with her 14-month-old baby Lulu on her way to visit her cousin in Weatherford, Oklahoma, after filing for divorce from her abusive husband the day before. While Katie's father expected to hear from her a few days after she arrived, he heard nothing for weeks. Worried, he hired a private detective called Sam Bartell to find his daughter and granddaughter. What he discovered was sickening. Katie had gotten off the train with a notorious prostitute called Fanny Norton. Witnesses claimed that Fanny had taken Katie and the baby on a carriage ride near Deer Creek, but less than an hour later she returned with just baby Lulu, who she left at a farm before fleeing. Unfortunately for Fanny, police caught up with her, but before she could be questioned, she killed herself with a high dose of poison. Not exactly the actions of an innocent woman. A year later, fishermen at the creek discovered the skeleton of Katie, which was still fully dressed, wedged under a wooden wagon crossing. It was soon determined that Katie's head had been chopped off, but not before being shot at point-blank range. It was rumoured that Katie's ex-husband offered Fanny money to follow Katie and the child on the train, befriend the woman, and then kill her. Since then, it has been claimed that a blue light has been seen floating around Weatherford, Oklahoma. A ghostly figure with the expression of confusion on her face has also been seen wandering the edge of the creek in the dead of night before vanishing. Others have reported hearing a woman's voice somewhere nearby without seeing the person responsible, asking, "Have you seen my baby? Have you?" The sound of large carriage wheels crushing the leaves and brambles on the ground can also be heard. Is this the final moments of Katie's life being played out? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this compilation of real life short paranormal stories, or would like to watch much longer ones, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you'll be informed the second I upload. And until next time, sleep well, friends.
Here comes the boogeyman. Don't let him come too close to you. He'll catch you if he can. Just pretend that you're a crocodile, and you will find that boogeyman will run away a mile.